So I decide between last stream and this one, I would work on my data probe network. I would show Tobias what for and get that one duplicator probe and stuff. And at face value, I couldn't actually figure out how to generate the 130,000 credits in one tick. So I was like, well, I've done this once before, so maybe I can refer to how I did it once before. Hello, Akari. Things are going pretty alrighty here. Did some work on my truck today, spent some time over at my Oma's place. I had some dinner and had a look at what to do about this. And because I thought I've done this once before, I took some time to get this working. So my old install and everything of Xenoblade Chronicles X from my last playthrough is kind of banished to the Shadow Realm because my OS got reset since the last time that I played it. So Semu was gone. I still had like a backup of Windows, and I tried to find my save data on it. The closest thing I found was this save data where it looks like I saved when I was shirtless. I don't know if this was a save file that was created like during my playthrough, but this is just the most updated like save file that I could find, the furthest into the game save file that I could find. And I wanted to have a look at my Frontier Nav network, and I was like, well, there's no friggin' point doing it at this point. And yeah, I am like getting mixed up as I'm playing Definitive Edition because that is the board button in this game here. But anyway, while this is loaded up, even though it doesn't really help me with my network and stuff, just look for a hot second. 60 FPS or 56.55, 58 and a half, whatever. Doesn't this just feel like so nice in comparison to what I've been playing with Definitive Edition? So I figured I may as well leave this up just to give a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a memory of what the last playthrough was like, where well, my camera can't zoom out as far in this version compared to the Switch version. It seems like that's as far as it goes. Wow. I could have sworn the camera used to be able to go out farther, but maybe I'm just thinking of like the Switch version. But isn't 60 just like so nice and stuff?
We can do this.
And so silky smooth? And like, what the heck? Why can't I be playing the new version in this kind of frame rate? Because this feels so much nicer and so smooth and amazing. Get behind, please. Like that. It's just so nice. I might have just aggroed someone else. Oh, no, there is a little bit of slowdown. This is not all optimized. This is just like, let's slap this together and see if I can get it generally running because I want to look at my network. I remember with my last playthrough, I needed to spend a decent while like optimizing this for my PC and get everything going properly here. That's not a good sound. Also, the camera spins around so slowly. Oh, also there's the no more grabbing stuff while someone's trying to kill me, unlike Definitive Edition. Maybe I just get out of here. Anyway, so here's this file that I don't know if it was from like part of my playthrough or what the heck it was from, but I managed to dig up this file on my computer and get this going. But this didn't really help me in terms of my data probe network. Some of you never got that thing to work because of how complicated the setup was. Yeah, in my experience with like the last playthrough I did of Xenoblade Chronicles X, the general setup, just getting it going, wasn't too bad. But getting it to work without lagging a decent bit was like the more complicated bit. Where, I mean, you can see I'm not hitting a consistent 60 here looking at the top left of the screen there. I remember I had to like dick around with like a whole bunch of stuff and set stuff up specifically to have it not be doing that. But even still, look how much smoother this is. Also the turning radius compared to my skill in Definitive Edition. Maybe if I got a skill like this in D, a skill like this, not a skill like this in D, maybe I'd have this kind of turning radius. I mean, look at my friendos there. They've got good turning radiuses. Maybe it's a skull dependent thing. Maybe it's a DE change thing. Anyway. But isn't it just so silky smooth? I wish that I could play DE like this. So I'm really, really hoping that with the Switch 2 coming out, I guess we'll find out some stuff about the Switch 2 with the coming direct this next week. If it really is like a decent smidge more powerful here, the next generation, and there's that 60 FPS patch in Definitive Edition, and I can actually play it while it's like this kind of silky smooth, that would be so good, because it just feels bad to be playing Definitive Edition so much of the time, quite frankly. So yeah, to be fair, it was during Breath of the Wild release, oh, so that would have been like early days there, fair enough. Beat Super Robot Wars 30, I don't know what that is, but nice, I hit F11 and a load of previous save, oh. But yeah, that's good to be frequently saving, unlike where, Well, I guess I was frequently saving during this playthrough, but like I just don't know where my save data is. It's probably somewhere on like my old Windows backup, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. This was the closest thing that I found on another one of my drives. So I don't know what happened to my old Xenoblade Chronicles X save from the last playthrough that I did. If it had just been banished to the Shadow Realm. But oh well, there's Definitive Edition. So anyway, it was kind of fun loading this up and driving around a bit and revisiting memory lane of, ooh, good FPS. But it didn't really solve my problem of wanting to make a good network to, like, show Tobias what for, and then he gives me another duplicator probe. But as I was looking into stuff that I could do on PC here, apparently there's a software that someone has designed that's literally called Xenoprobes, where you tell it your inventory of probes currently, you tell it like how many iterations it wants to go through, and then it algorithmically figures out what the most efficient network you can make is. So I initially set this to just like revenue, and I made a revenue network by taking off all the priority on storage. I left this at 1, and then I just didn't plant any of the probes. I've just focused on that. But I wanted to make sure that like the priority was on storage here first and foremost, and then focus on like some revenue and production. And it came up with this setup for me, which, using my current inventory, I technically only have 4 duplicator probes right now, not 5, but I counted the one I'm about to get from Tobias. It was like, yep, just put all this stuff in these places, and then this will be your output. Not completely. I'm not actually getting this much revenue right now. In fact, nowhere near that, because it assumes that I've visited all the scenic points and undiscovered locations around where it would boost that. And I didn't bother to like correct it on that because I figured, I'll discover them along the way, and then eventually it'll get to be like this unless I change the network again before that. So once I take the time to explore and just like get a bunch of like other probes and stuff around the world, that'll get up anyway. So I didn't really bother to correct it. I just ended up doing this here. So if I go ahead and turn off display capture, and then I close Semu here, go ahead and close that. Turn the audio on my capture card again. I now have a redesigned network. I can unplug my controller here that I was just doing Semu stuff with. Put it back on my little tower. I now have a data probe network that looks like it was designed by a raccoon on meth. Where it's this kind of crazy configuration. With a whole bunch of duplicator probes, booster probes in different places that are all helping one another. This is all of what it looks like here, which is just the configuration that the program kind of spat out at me. The one open space is where another duplicator probe has to go, being the one that I'm about to get from Tobias and stuff. So, now that I got a bunch of revenue from the Thingamabob, which if anyone wants to see my network that I use to get like the 130k ticks here. The 130k revenue in a single tick. My network, oh, wrong way. My network looks something like this. In case anyone else is trying to figure out how the heck to get 130k revenue per tick. So Caldros was the real place that was putting in the work there. And you can see the revenue total there, 185k. So, was getting a decent bit of revenue per tick. This is gonna disconnect me from online, isn't it? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. Alright, quick assignment. Just get me more tickets along the way because those are handy. So very nice to have. Yeah, the camera definitely moves faster here. Oh, Tobias! After losing to you, I've been planning new data probes all over Mira. I ain't losing again, so let's lay it all out on the table, pal. How much you got? What? But that ain't... Ugh. How the sweet hell do you keep out earning me? Who are you? I'm just a blade. No way. There's no way that just a blade could beat me twice. This isn't over yet. And to hell with the risk you hear. I'm gonna turn this around in one shot. I'm gonna plant data probes all around the Ganglions' home base in Caldros and rack up more money than you ever seen. Oh. The quest isn't quite over yet here. It's been a while since doing this, so I forgot exactly how things go. But yeah, in terms of earning like 130 at one tick, I would be able to do it with this setup. If I just had like more scenic points discovered and increase my revenue, so... Yeah, at some point I'll probably go around exploring and get the stuff, but I'm not really in a major rush for that, and that's also something that I can kind of do on my own time rather than necessarily needing to do on stream. I also plan on beating the game this stream, at least the main game. I can go beat the final boss whenever. I still want to get 0-0 first. I wouldn't mind, which means a few affinity quests. And also looking into all the arms manufacturers, it seems I have false memories and there is no prone arms manufacturer. The only one that I should be missing right now is the Nupon one, which I'll get by doing the quest line that I have coming up. So I'll have all the arms manufacturers unlocked after beating the game, at least, or at the time that I beat the game. Oh, it's you. I'm here to laugh at old Tobias. Well, go ahead. I came here to finally beat you. But Vaynamo the Bellower got to me first. Hungry bastard's still around too. Probably just waiting to finish the job. He's persistent, which I like, but he also wants to eat me, which I don't much care for. Want my assistance? A goody-goody-act never stops with you, does it? Want your back with an attitude like that, pal. Good little helpers like you tend to die young. Guess I'll just lay low for a while and I hope he's a lousy tracker. Be careful, yeah? If that thing finds you, it's gonna hurt. Okay, so I have to go take on a Dudo over there? Okay, that sound effect was definitely delayed a second ago. I need TP. It's the beginning of a new stream. I need TP. Can you, like, build up TP for me, maybe? And then I'll just, like, dip out here. Just really quickly. This build can wreck people in no time flat, but I need to go into battle with TP if I want to wreck people. Is kind of what I gotta do. So, I mean, maybe I do a bunch of these. Maybe what I do... Look how much TP that gives me. Yeah, true stream edge seems to be the way to go here. Very much so. Okay. Yeah. And then, do it again. There we go. I'm all set up now. I am now all set up. And ready to go wreck the dude over there. Give me that. Thank you. Go up the hill over here. All right, Tobias. I'm gonna go kill the dudo that you want me to kill. Man, I wish I was playing in 60 right now. 60 FPS. So nice how I can pick up items while people are trying to kill me in this game, though. Level 39 dude over here. Well, I mean, let's see here. Vaynamo the Bellower. Well, he's not gonna be living too much longer here. I might rearrange my art so I can do this more efficiently. Here, just for TP for the next battle. Just to not screw myself here. May as well give myself critical power. I'll do this for TP at this point. And then, oh, I missed the chance for the soul voice with this. Okay, well, I mean, sure. And then, do this for TP just so that I'm full up. And then do this. And then we good. Sweet. Something the ostrich. I don't mess with the ostrich, maybe, because I know that he has the weird killer ostrich nickname thingamabob. Alright, well. Yeah, that guy was a decent bit tankier. Maybe I won't be able to kill the final boss as fast as I thought I'd otherwise be able to. In the original game, like, if I wanted to get the Bewitching Glaive Receding Rust, I would have to do so after beating the main game. I don't know if the same holds true in this version, or if I can just go to that one cave in Noxilum and get a... My god. Or if I can just get a Receding Rust and then use it on the final boss. That would be incredibly funny. I gotta remember, I can fly away now. So do that to break aggro so I can get the next cutscene. If you guys could stop. Nice. Alright, just go ahead and cut power to the engines there. Oh, Tobias. I killed the guy. Oh, one of these kinds of cutscenes. I lost its signal? No. You didn't kill Vaynamo the Bellower. You could you? Only just managed to defeat the Horde Tyrant. No kidding. I've been all over this rock and I ain't never seen anything as nasty as that before. Well, guess the guy knows when he's beat, yeah? I'll stay out of your way from now on. Stick to your research probes where you want. Take all the money, I don't care. You're the boss of me now, so whenever you tell me to do, or whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it. What's it gonna be? Gonna take my money? Work me till I puke blood? Make me dance for sailors and charge 2 bits a gander? Why are you so obsessed with money? Wait, what? You're not gonna make me do nothing embarrassing? Just gonna ask me a question? Yeah, well, I was gonna use Frontier Nav to make a mountain of cash, right? And it was also I could finish the project that me and my friends started. It'll cost a fortune, more than you can imagine. That's why I have to earn money any way I can, no matter what people think of it. Project's classified, so I can't say much more, but well, it's something humanity won't mind having around. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, I'm off. If you don't have any demands, a loss is a loss. I'll pay a fair price. Here, take it. So long. Your funds are gonna really hurt if you're giving me a duplicator probe. Tobias accepted his defeat. There are clearly some deep-seated reasons why he's so insistent on earning money with Frontier Nav. So the quest line goes on. I think that's the final one that gives you like an important probe, because I don't remember continuing this quest in the past. I mean, maybe I have and I just don't recall here. All right, let's just go ahead and finish setting up my network the way that it was being set up. Duplicator probe, boopity bop. Look at that. Look at that storage. Well, I was about to say it'll be a while before I can get something like an Ares 90 anyway, but I guess it won't be too much longer. It's just one mission that I can do anytime I want to be able to get that. I mean, let's see here. So out of curiosity, is there a new green question mark in NLA? It sure doesn't seem like. Maybe after being in the game. Hello, Mr. Harmonia. Changeling has arrived and come for your emotions. Someone grind for an item all day and gotten 2 items that are rarer than the one you want. Good old RNG. You'll love to see it. Hope things are going well today, Colin. I'm gonna go get this heart-to-heart real quick. Is what I'ma do. I don't think there's any other basic missions that I need done. I think that was the last one that I really wanted to get done. Look at that Moranium storage limit. It's so nice. Well, that's the most important meal of the day. You don't want to be missing that one. Here, let's see. Heart-to-heart. Whoa. I let go of the button that toggles it for zooming. In the morning, let's see here. Well, it seems like it's the morning right now. So you're out, and I don't know. No, you're the one that I just took out. Who really needs heart still? Who isn't at 4? You're not at 4. Let's see here. Let's talk.
World, huh?
Fusion dance again. Good morning, Harmonia. I think I'd run into you here of all places. I've actually just completed a mission. Did it go well? Oh, it was fine, thank you. It wasn't a very challenging task at all. I performed guard duty for someone doing early morning maintenance on the outer wall. Fortunately, we didn't encounter any indigents, and the work was completed without incident. I just stood there like a scarecrow the entire time, so I didn't even accept the reward. Once I've earned enough money to cover the next month's expenses, I decline additional rewards. Previously, I would only save an amount equal to a week's expenses, but Ornella convinced me to save more in case of emergencies. I pursue missions to help others, not for material gain. For that reason, I prefer to refuse rewards whenever possible. It's not a bad idea. Ornella said much the same thing. I agree that it's a good idea to save some money for emergencies. After all, money can solve a lot of problems. It is, as they say, a grand servant and terrible master. As a gardener, I've always been fond of this quote. Money is like manure. It does no good unless you spread it around. Extra money just stinks. That's not actually part of the quote, but I think the spirit is there at least. You know where the reward money for blade missions comes from? In many cases, it's from the pocket of someone who needs help. Once they spend all their money to pay the first reward, what will become of them next time? What if they can't afford to pay a reward the next time they're in trouble? One of the reasons I refuse rewards, so that the people I've helped will be able to afford help again. But forgive me for blathering on like this. I do not mean to preach. Going back to the residential district. Promise Ada I meet her there. Played Hope's Heart to Heart, giving it away. Well, that's very nice. Hey, look, a whole bunch of monies. Basically, recoup my expenses of redoing my whole network, I guess. The game is going pretty alrighty here. I only have like one story mission left to the main game, so I'll beat it this stream. There's just a few other side questy kind of things that I want to do first. Is the case. So I'll end up doing a handful of missions and then I'll beat the game. But then this version of the game has like additional story content that the original didn't have, so I don't actually know how much longer the game goes on after that fact, or if I can truly beat the game. Like, I can definitely beat the original game of Xenoblade Chronicles X tonight, but the now new full game. Morning, view first heart to heart. Let's see here, it's probably still morning. Let's see here, is someone else not at 4? You're technically not at 4. You're in. I was initially gonna say you're in the party. Oh, another fusion dance, but this time I've just become Lion Dude. They call these skulls yellow hammers. Okay, mechanically Matthew calls them that. And it hasn't really caught on at all, but it's still pretty cool. Apparently, the 2-wheel type is too underpowered for construction work, so they use a 4-wheel model. In other respects, it's basically identical to the models used by Blade. They painted a different color, and of course give it a bunch of industrial attachments. Still, if you remove the attachments and revert it to its initial configuration, you can equip it with Blade's scale weapons, no sweat. Furthermore, admire your expertise. What? Oh no, I'm really not that good at this stuff. I'm still learning, you know? That's like me when it comes to gardening. I couldn't possibly keep up with any of the veteran mechanics. Still, I've enjoyed every single day since we landed here on Mir, or like 3D printing. Yes, we have a lot to learn. People get angry at me. Lives are in danger. Gangly are a bunch of jerks. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. That all sucks. I've never been this excited about anything before. And that drives me to work as hard as I can. Oh, whoops. I promised Tika I'd help her test that new weapon after this. I'll be furious if I'm late. Sorry I spent this whole time talking your ear off. Next time, I'll give you a chance to talk. Like, when it comes to my different passions, I always worry about, like, saying too much. I get that feel. There really aren't any additional hearts. I thought I just got, like, some new hearts with somebody. Anyway, the next thing that I wanted to do was, this one, Ties That Bind, I believe. And I might also really quickly double check that there isn't any other green things that seem important. Let's see here. I don't think any of these are super important. I mean, this will unlock the rest of the Orpheon questline stuff in general, but I could do that at any point. Emotion commotion. Earlier today, I got a comment on my YouTube video of like my last playthrough several years ago on my part titled Emotion Commotion of somebody saying that like they can't complete this quest in definitive. So I replied to them saying, double check your inventory to see what you actually have, because like if you have something, like it'll mark it as being done, but then if you lose it, like you put it in the Collectopedia or redeem it for another quest or an item or something, it doesn't update that, and so the quest says that you still have it when you don't. And it looks like that was the issue. They replied to me saying like, oh yeah, I did use it on another thing and it didn't update properly. So I got a thing from the material shop and I was able to complete the quest. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm not the only one running into that issue. So with the whole situation where I couldn't help that guy fix his car when it, oh yeah, don't I don't know. I thought I had all the things for that. So that whole issue of a thing being used up and then the quest not updating and making you think that you can redeem the thing when you can't and the game is lying to you. Yeah, I'm not the only one running into that issue, clearly. Also, I can invest this Moranium quickly. Do I even have to? I can do, like, several ticks now. Like, without it being full up. Well, if I'm here and I think about it, I may as well do it anyway. Yeah. Intramisting bug. Here, do this, and, I'm surprised they didn't fix that in Definitive Edition. All products upgrade. Your tribute is most appreciated. Allow us to repay you through our fine wares. Cool. But yeah, I'll get the Nupon as an arms manufacturer, and then I should have all the arms manufacturers in the game. Should be the case, so I can get any weapons from the shop that I want. Well, once I invest all the Moranium and stuff, I can get a whole bunch of that now, and things are good. Ooh, intel. Link. This is around big archons, yada 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 yada. Let's see here. Sure, this party is